intro. We're just going to pretend that, there we go. Elan.
Yeah.
Yay, we made it over. we just waiting for Holly.
Okay.
And let's. Oh, you're here. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna. This is 2.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned to Take My Advice. I'm not using a gift bonus with Dr. Marissa. The morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah, AM 50, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, and Tiki Live, Amazon Music, JioSaavn, Podster, Rumble, and more. So many places because I am heaven bent on flattering more hope and happiness all over you, trying to get it all over you and the world, because there's so much bad news there, and I want to balance it with good news, and that's why I have amazing guests, special series this morning. I have my new Friday co-host that you have grown already to love, and thank you so much for messages. Love the tempting conversations with Elan Carter, who is the daughter of Otis Williams, founder of the Temptations, which is why the title is as it is, and she's not only she's the mom of Austin, my newest musical protege who doesn't fall far from his grandpa's musical tree, as well as she danced on was it Soul Train? No,
Soul Train. Yeah,
it was Soul Train. I got it.
They got stand for a short period of time.
Yeah,
for those
okay.
who remember.
Yeah, music video, a Playboy model, and so much more. And so I'm delighted to welcome her back to the studio for Tempting Conversations. Yay!
I caught with my coffee cup. Oh, wait.
No, that's okay. Okay, that looks like tea. Did you? Yeah, it's tea. Okay, you're used to that, right?
I'm trying to wean off the coffee, so I've been doing tea for the last 2 weeks. It's going okay, but I still want to get back to it. It's the smell. I love coffee.
Yes. Do you mind a little closer to you, because you're not as loud as I want you to be.
Okay.
Perfect.
Better?
You look beautiful, much better. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Okay.
And
okay, you got
perfect.
me there.
Yeah. Let our heads balance out. I'm actually gonna get a little less light here, but let's do gratitude sandwich. The 8 things that we are grateful for. That's with us in the morning. If you are, your eyeballs are here, I see you. If you'd like to have this with us, just put your gratitudes. It's in the comment section. We're going for 8 every single morning. I'm on the air is the goal. Top of the button is 8 gratitudes, things outside of yourself. And then the bottom of the button is 8 things that you appreciate about yourself that you do before you go to bed, so you're not thinking about all the things that you did wrong or who do wrong or all the things that don't let you sleep. Instead, you're focusing on those things that are good about you. That's the exercise we do. Let's see. I am grateful that I am a good problem solver. Especially when I am the source of the problem. Actually, that's an appreciation, but it's a gratitude and an appreciation this morning. Go ahead, Elan.
I am grateful that the weather is nice the last 3 days in California. Oh, we've had such amazing weather, and I actually wanted to do some relaxation. And so I went out to the beach with my dog, and which I don't ever really I'm grateful for the beautiful day that I got to spend with my fur babies.
Yay. That's so cute. Yeah, and she has like four fur babies.
Fur, but I will talk about this. I found a dog yesterday.
Oh
Beautiful
no.
little French bulldog running down the street, which it looks like it's worth so much money. It's a puppy. I have it right now. So in case you hear it, I've taken
I want to see him.
I can't find the owner. So I'm going to take him for keep him a little bit and see if I can find the owner. I have so many dogs. I can't take another one, but he's beautiful.
What color is he?
He's like he's in back. He's like a chocolate brownish gray, and he has a kind of light brown eyes, and he's very like husky, like, you know, they're built.
Yes.
Like beautiful dog. I mean, he was running down the street with a collar, no tags, and my son is like, they're worth so much money. Grab that dog. Don't let him, because we have a lot of coyotes. So I wanted to make sure he didn't get taken.
Yeah.
And second of all, the coyote didn't get it, but we went from house to house. So I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to get this dog and save this dog. And that was I jumped ahead of you. That's okay.
That's okay. I'm grateful that I have two French bulldogs that get to babysit.
Oh.
Grand dog son Paulo, and then my neighbor, her dog Jet. And so you'll see those on my social Doc Balance Instagram, and then there's everywhere else. Okay, so that's 4. I'm grateful that I get to do every week with you. It's fun, you know. We try to get together socially, but when that work, I always know I'm going to see you Friday.
Well, you know what I'm grateful for? I know, and I look forward to it. We're going to Sea Butter.
You betcha.
Tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try because I really want to go to Sea Butter.
Great.
That's what I'm grateful for. Get together for us to go have sushi.
Absolutely. And I'm getting a signal that you're still not as clear on the audio, and I don't know if it's the
I'm on my phone today. That's
right.
why I'm not on my computer, which I normally am.
Okay.
And I can kind of log off and go on and see.
You're good. That was better. Yeah, better. Just like project.
I can always talk loud. That's not the problem.
I know, and that's what I want you to do at this point.
Okay.
So,
you know what? I put my ceilings in here, so it echoes. You know.
Do you have earbuds?
No. There's the thing about earbuds. I have such tiny ears. Like literally, my ears are super little, and they won't stay in my ear. That's why I don't wear them.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Pop right out. It's the weirdest thing. I can't. I have little micro ears and no earlobes. My earlobes connect, so I have little alien ears. They're super little, they're little tiny ears.
Oh, they're cute. Ah,
little ears, so I can't wear earbuds.
That is so funny. That's so funny. I am. Let's see. This is the publicist for the Waltons. I'm grateful that I have, let's see, I have more than enough of everything. How's that?
That's wonderful. I'm grateful.
And what grateful for? You have one more gratitude.
Oh, you get one more?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I have had patience this week because I've needed patience.
Ah.
And that I'm able to step back and observe.
Good. Well, I absolutely I don't know what you're talking about. Because when people thank me for being patient, I look over my shoulder to see who they're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have that word in my vocabulary at all. So I'll let you have all the patience you want. That's certainly related to our topic today that we're going to do after our appreciations. For any of you who missed the promo, we're talking about can we really have it all as women? And, what are some things that we maybe have fallen into habits from our mothers and grandmother that keep us from having it all. So that's the topic for today. Let's go to appreciation, bottom of it. And I see eyeballs rolling in right now, which is my sort of funny way of welcome to the show. Welcome to Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa and Elan Carter. And we absolutely are here in, let's see, in a space where I appreciate my ability to multitask.
I think that goes with our topic today, because women multitask as mothers. We have to for our kids, right? I appreciate life. I appreciate just being happy and having just friends like you in my life and meeting. I mean, you don't expect to have new friends, but I have a new friend and we just totally click, and life has a lot of surprises as we learn and grow every day.
Beautifully said. I'm going to clip that out. I appreciate that I love to dress up.
I appreciate that I love to eat.
Now you know what good friends. I appreciate that I know how to soothe myself. Like when shift happens and I'm not happy or I'm stressed, I know how to take that deep breath. Yeah. And say INTBOAD, it's not that big of a deal.
I like that. I appreciate that. I also like to have self-care, which I did this week. I went and got a massage to rejuvenate myself and recharge. And that's still goes back to our topic today and what women should do.
Awesome. And we have other appreciation from one of my longtime supporter, Tom Briggs. I appreciate your show. Thank you, Tom. That's so sweet. I'm going to give a little. You get a special appreciation sound for that. Last one, I appreciate my ability to write. I'm so grateful. I didn't plan to write a book. I lost a $200,000 consulting project 3 years ago. And what came out of that was a voice said, write. And I said, I don't have to write. And the voice said, you do now. Sense of humor. I sat down and I ended up writing this little baby. And it got #1 bestseller on Amazon, #4 on Number Post, which said a national bestseller. And who knew that would be what would happen? But I appreciate that. One, I don't stew when I do stuff too long, and then something good always out of every bad thing that happened to me. So appreciate that. And
I'm like, oh, I have one more?
Yeah, you have one more. Well, actually, it just got taken. I appreciate Bay International Spiritual Center. So there's our 8th one. And this show came out of me being open to possibilities, thanks to my brother Michael Bernard Beckwith, the founder of Agape, where I get my positive roots watered and my peace of mind fertilized. So thank you, Tom, for that reminder. Your appreciation. And Elan, let's do an extra one. What do you appreciate?
Well, now you caught me off guard. Appreciate you and the motivation that you give me to have my platform, to use my that I can use to help others. Actually, I have a book that I have not finished that is pertaining to relationships and women, which we can talk about today. And
Yeah.
appreciate you because you motivate me to get that book done.
Awesome. All right. That is it for today's breakfast. Thank you for having breakfast with Elan and I. And I said before, for 30 days, if you do this, I promise you will have sandwiched your day in the most positive way when you take a bite of gratitude sandwich with us. And now we go launch into our topic. I'm going to let you introduce the topic, Elan, today for this Friday before Valentine's. I think it's a perfect topic for women, maybe who are not celebrating Valentine's, but SAD Day. SAD is not sad, it's Single Awareness Day. That's what I'm celebrating. And so what we're going to do is use some practical ways today in the second half of the show to have solutions to anything that you're not feeling good about, your relationships, especially most important with your relationship with yourself. So here we also have a little encouragement from Tom to finish that book. And I didn't know that you're writing that book. So again, I love the way things come around. This is a good primer, right, for today for that.
Find out stuff about each other while we're doing the show. There's always like something that pops up and you're like, I didn't know about that. My mother told me disciples are going to write the book if I don't finish it.
What?
My mom said the disciples, like in the Bible, are going to write the book if I don't finish it. Because
I love your mother so much. I can hear her say
it's called the Women's Bible, and actually it's about relationships and everything you want to know about what women can do as far as your peers, you're growing up with your school friends, your parents, your relationships with your coworkers. I mean, it really forms who we are as women and our self-worth, and that's what we're talking about today. And it's not just I don't have a self-help book. It's basically talking about also, you know, how when you're on the outside and you look at your girlfriend's relationship and I could say, hey girl, you know, you should be doing this. It's easy for us to give advice about what another person should do, what we would do until we're in that relationship. And so you're going to see different relationships based on facts. I change some of the characters. And so you can look and go, wow, yeah, you know what? She shouldn't be doing this, because I tell the stories exactly how it happens. And then you can choose to look at this relationship and go, hey, what would I do? And it kind of, you know, gives a kind of a conclusion or a narrative of where we should go. And I think having relationships from your parents really forms your self-love, especially a woman when it comes to their fathers. I think that has a lot to do with who we are. Either it could be stronger as a woman, and when you get married and have kids, or it can actually do the reverse of needing self-love. So I think if we talk about what women need and we love ourselves first and put ourselves first, then we can get the respect that you demand. And that's what my book is about. But it's called the Women's Bible that I'm going to read.
Now I know why Mom said the thing about disciples. the Bible. It's a Bible. So what I know that what you're saying to put ourselves first is not something that we are taught. We're taught as women, really, and it is changing. Thank goodness. With all of the changes that are happening in our society around equal work, equal pay, the feminism movement that happened, you know, probably one generation before us, even we're ageless, one or two generations, and then but the message I know when I was a kid, especially I think too, we are both colorful women. And I for maybe, America, or where we came, the colonies, where America, not we, but, that traditional Anglo-white, Anglo-Saxon, not as strong the service component of women. It's especially strong in Asian cultures, Black cultures. Women serve men. Women stay home. Women take care of the kids. Women take care of the husband or husband. You don't have to take care of a husband, but the message is very clear. It is your job to please and serve the master of the house. And that is my stomach a little turn just even saying that. But the reality is that's where we come from. That's the habit. Mm-hmm. And even though we say you've come a long way from your slims, even though we're better at what we are before, how many women do you know who carry a full-time job, climbing that ladder, still taking care of the kids, still doing the bulk of the housework, still doing the bulk of the cooking, right? When there issues are arise in the house, who takes care of the, calling the plumber over? It's still women most of the time. And that's the imbalance that we're talking about.
Well, also too, as women of color, especially with Black women, in America right now, people don't realize we're the highest percentage of educated graduates, because a lot of Black men, you have such a high rate of Black men getting jailed for crimes that they didn't commit, or get a higher percentage of jail time than the average American Anglo-Saxon person. So therefore you have the Black woman who is the cook, the father, the mother, and then so we have to project and be much stronger and take care of the family. And then that misinterprets of being too strong in the workforce, because sometimes you come across as angry or whatever, because you are doing so much, you have so much stress. It's not especially in media, you don't see us sitting home and being taken care of, and the men doing, everything for the woman. We literally have to be the husband and the wife. And, I've been fortunate not to be in that situation, but for most ethnic women, we're taught that we have to do everything. And then you have to be the pleaser. Well, it's exhausting to be the wife and be a lover at the same time when you have all these things on you. Also, if you have to go out and have a work day and someone's not treating you a certain way, because most people with color, we make less money, number one, and then if you're ethnic, you make less money. So you have so many dynamics which can affect you in relationships. And not making that about that, but that does come into play as far as how we perceive and how we project in everyday life, and just going out every day. People don't take that into account because they don't deal with that. They don't deal with the other pressures that we have to deal with, and because of that, our generational family is, well, you're looked upon a certain way. So when you go out that house every day, you have to do A, B, and C. I think Asian culture, we're strict on our kids because we want our kids to do well, right? So there's a lot of things going on. But as women, not just like dismissing anyone, it's just that our voice is a little bit different. And so I think that's why women, every race of women, need to stick together, because we have the fact that we're the second class citizens in this world as women. You go to the Middle East and other cultures, they don't even get to drive, or they don't even get so it's really difficult, because we really have a lot of power if someone just embrace that as a woman. We're light, we light. So
yeah, for sure, for sure. And the people say, well, society or family or all of that, that needs to change. But really, this change has to start from ourselves, right? Because we're not going to get that permission. We've enabled taking some responsibility. If you spent your lifetime satisfying all the requests, mom, honey, do this. There's a honey do this list, and it's difficult to get out of that
Mode
cycle and that mode. Exactly.
And not being a mom, like that light switch never goes off.
Right. And what's interesting is Tom says these young people these days, people roll their eyeballs at the young people and the millennials, they're selfish and they don't respect you because of your title. And to me, they are indicative of the balancing swing. So if for change, if you wanted to balance, you have to overswing. So that attitude, that little bit of FU attitude, I think is just the pendulum going to the other side to balance. So I'm not condoning it. I'm certainly not judging as bad, because maybe that, that balancing movement that we need. So when something isn't working, that movement to over correct is normal. So not just in the women's role, I think the fact that, they live for today now, they don't they don't think about the future, they want to travel, they want to do it now. And that came most of the time watching their parents slave and delay everything till retirement. Then they get sick, or they're not even there for retirement. They're too, able to enjoy life by delaying all of that gratification. Right. So now just like, no, I'm in for today, which again needs a little bit of balance, because you do have to sort of think about the future.
Right.
I don't see it as a bad thing.
You're not happy. Your kids can't be happy. They feel that energy. They know that mom's not happy because she's like, doing everything to make things work, or in the marriage not. Kids feel that. And so that's why we have to go back to, even if you can't afford to go on vacation, certain things, now it's so much better for the young people, because you can start your own business. There's so women that are great cooks, or they have a formula that their grandmothers gave them to heal something. You can cook up something in your kitchen and go online and sell it and be an independent businesswoman and make money from home. I mean, let's do something. Even if you don't make a lot of money, do it because it makes you happy and it feels good and you have your own self-worth. Just create something that will make you happy. Like I have my grandmother's recipe of this cake in these sweet potato pies, and it's like a souffle thing. Oh, you should sell it. You should sell it. My friend's like, just go on Etsy and make it. Makes money. That's great. You never know. But at least you're doing something that you like doing and enjoy. Like actually cooking calms me. My mom does not like to cook. She can't cook for diddly squat. She burns everything. My mom eggs. She was like burns hot dogs. It is hysterical. Like she eats cottage cheese and sour cream onion potato chips for breakfast. And this is how Goldie eats. We all know this. So I'm the cook. So everyone said, your mother lives with you, cooks. No.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
We go back to like millenniums and just doing things that we can make ourselves better would make you happier, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is so you're talking about the lights. If you've grown up watching your primary role model, your mother, your grandmother, fall into that norm of service, doing things for the other mindset, the BS, the belief system, that it is very, very difficult to switch from. It is, I need a man to take care of me.
Yes.
So putting that moose on the table, which is my Canadian version of talking about the elephant in the room, because as to the day, it is still that. I remember when my daughter was in early high school, and I said, so, what are we leaning toward? Do you want to do? I want to get married and have children, and he's going to make a lot of money and stay home. And I went, what? Those dogs that hear a puppy dog that hears a same sound, and then they go like that. That was my reaction to her, and I thought, what? But it's that ingrained thing that especially women still think. I have my neighbor girlfriend. Even when you're looking for a guy, and we've talked about this. We talked about it yesterday with Sam, and I have to schedule you on because he really wants to have you on as a special guest for our straight talk. But we were talking about who wears the pants in the relationship and who provides. He's very old fashioned. He's 23, and in his mind, that's the role of a woman, and he pisses off.
He's not married.
You say stuff like that, and because that's his deeply ingrained belief system. So I'm going to counter that and say, is it that wrong or bad to have that still as a mode for women to take? Because as daughter, what is wrong with wanting that for her career? Say, I want to be a mom. I want to be a stay-at-home.
Right.
What is wrong with? Is there anything wrong with that? Putting the others on the table.
I think that if women still have a relationship together with their spouse, partnership. And the problem is when a woman doesn't work, and I just said this to my daughter, don't ever give your career up, because that's when things go. Even when women have great careers and they start having kids and they settle down and get married, you lose your power. And I don't think men purposely, when they love their spouse, do it. I think they don't realize subconsciously they do it, right? Now, we're actually the ones who run the household, because when you start having kids, other dynamics come into play, not just I paid the house note, I paid the car note. You got a whole bunch of other stuff coming to play with the kids and the schools and going to the PTA meetings. And, there's so many different scheduling the play dates. It's so much more work because the kids have a social life. And if a man can work with a partner, but a lot of times it's like, even when you're married to someone, say as a woman, a man doesn't work. And even though this is double standard, we lose respect for a man because culturally we're taught to be the provider. A man should take care of the house. And when a man lays around and does nothing all day, it's the attraction is gone, because that is very sexually attractive when a man has a great career and he comes in and he's dressed nice and we like power. We get past the attractive stage, right? Because the power is what gets to us mentally, because feel like almost like the daddy thing. We have the provider, we have safety, we have someone who makes us feel secure. That's why women like that.
Yeah, it is a double standard because it makes everything so complicated, and where the confusion is showing itself, right?
Men don't want to go to therapy because they don't realize they're taught and ingrained, well, if I'm the house and the woman is supposed to do what I tell her to do. But a man most of the time cannot do the things we do and multitask and make it go smoothly like it's nothing, because that's what we're taught to do. Not taught, but we just multitask, and we're very intuitive. So we can feel what's going on. And they don't realize that until they have to do it themselves. And most of the time they're like, I really need you to help. Right? We're an extension of their mothers is how I feel. So it is a double standard.
Yeah. So what makes the best relationship? what, when we say, like, okay, knowing what we were taught, so we're going to turn this into solution. So how do we make shift where it's the best of all worlds? Like, that's what I mean by having it all. Having it all to me is wanting what you have and having what you want. It is the beliefs and the BS that you can do things outside of the normal, what you were taught upbringing, and also extend to your partner that same, what works best, or what is that best. So I'll let that. What does that mean to you, having it all, and how do we bridge the gap of all of the shift business?
Well, I think all relationship has issues. I don't care how wonderful it is, because it goes through that period, right? I do think that doing things out of the norm with the standards of you go to work, you do this, you come home, I think the younger people get that. That's why having their businesses, doing it like there's online thing, if you have a partner that work together with you and not have a title of this is what you're supposed to do, this is what your role is supposed to be. We should be friends first. Like, am I going out with like you and I girlfriends, right? We enjoy each other and we get along because we do the same things. We have the same interests. Men separate that because they like sports, right? Find a woman who likes sports. Do things together that you guys both enjoy without making it an issue like a masculine thing or a feminine thing, right? If we can just, like my husband travel, that's what we get best, because we really enjoy going to different exotic places. Just keep it like that. Just keep it just friends. And I don't want to put too much into it, because that's when it gets messy. That's when we get confused, right? Because we're not going back to just us enjoying ourselves. When we first start dating, as the people we're with in a couple, we're fine. But when you start getting into the marriage, it starts becoming a business. Marriage is a business, really. That's when everything gets confused. If we can keep it as partners, I think we can get to the next chapter and we can keep it smooth. Because remember now, your kids grow up, right? And as much as we get into our kids, they go away and then they have partners. And then you're back with the person that you with when you first start dating. So you have those 18 years or 20 years, however long your kids stay at home, that you get with all this other stuff. But then when you get older, you want to retire with that person, right? So let's not put any titles on what your role is, because we're going to have to help each other, because we're going to get where we have no, but to help each other get up in the morning, out the bed with because if we're blessed to get older,
yeah,
that we both age, we've come from a young person. You still see that person as they did when you first start dating them, even though you age, right? But you remember that young person. You have to be able to enjoy it 30 years later.
Yeah, for sure. We have a question. Let's see. What about when you go out with male friends or female and a relationship, and if you have male, you'd be able to go out with girlfriends if you're in a relationship. So
now going out with sex.
Okay, so I think I understand that if I go out with male friends, right, and go play, and then you as a male mom should be able to go out with your girlfriends or just friends as well, right?
Right.
So weigh in. What do you think?
This is a difficult question because I have male friends. As long as they're gay, my husband's okay. Which doesn't matter to me because I have male friends that I had before we became together, before we were partners, vice versa. The problem is with this is men have a sexual attraction to women that is just a sexual thing, and women, we're mental. And when you are in a friend zone, you're going to always be in the friend zone. If you feel comfortable with your partner and you trust that partner that they can still have that female relationship and you guys can be together, then that's fine as long as there's security. If you ever had that sexual attraction for that friend that you have and you're with your partner and that woman that you're friends with at some point gives you the green light, that's not good, right? If it's a friend, a genuine friend, I'm okay with my husband going out, but I'm secure with myself. And I'm like, you're going to do what you're going to do regardless. A lot of women are not like that. So, you know, that's something you have to make your partner feel secure. If that person feels like they're the only one and you won't step outside of that marriage and you make that person feel like that, then you're going to be okay. But don't ever try to play them to make them jealous. That's a no.
Yeah. And you know, we're not perfect,
Right.
right? People are jealous for no reason, right? So knowing that, you know, one, do you want someone who is jealous for a reason? You know, is that their 12%? Everything else phenomenal. Then you know, might want to be a little more sensitive around their you know desires or their you know MS University, as I call it, making shiitake up, right? That isn't true. But I will say from personal experience, I I have excuse me. So I you may not know this about me, Elan, that you know I'm happily divorced. But one of the things happened was he was the stay-at-home dad, and he and it did, you know, on the thing we were talking about before, did take away from my respect. I thought I could value him, but you know, when you don't make enough money yourself,
Yeah.
That's more than someone to bring in to take care of the kids, because I didn't make that decision for stay home. So that was the first, you know, thing that started things going downhill. And then I picked him, right? I picked a man that I knew did not have the education or the, you know, that, and I thought it was okay. Because I did. I thought I could balance that out, but I know now that that's important to me, and it's not wrong or right. It's important to me. But what happened was, I preschool, I got a call from one of the moms who said, just want to let you know, he's spending a lot of time with another mom. And it's, you know, it's unusual. I don't know what should they use, but they're doing me a favor by letting me know that, you know, this might be a problem. And my response was, oh no, you know, they're, you know, they're just friends, and there's nothing going on, and thank you for caring, or whatever. A couple months later, my own daughter comes home and says, Mom, and this is like a four-year-old, I think. You know, Mom, why does Dad spend so much time with? Why does Dad laugh so much with? Why does Dad talk so much with? You know, and I went, I gotta pay attention to this. This is not. Yeah. And I'm grateful. Honestly, I am so grateful that happened, because I was a typical, you know, child of childhood trauma, and 7 out of 10 of us are in that category. And one of the coping device we learn as children from trauma is that debilitating hope. You keep hoping. You keep going to the tractor for milk. You keep, you know, desperately hoping that people will love you in the end, right? Because that's what you learn with your parent or whoever your primary is. So you keep going to the tractor for milk to hope that they're gonna love you. So I tried to leave him five times. I filed once, and then this 6th time, finally, because he cheated,
the courage,
I was able to finally leave. So I'm grateful that happened. But just as an answer to your question, Tom, you know, there's a very high chance that when men hang out with girlfriends, that talk about their problems, right? Relationship problems, and things can develop. And that's also with women on the other side.
Yes.
So that's my 2 cents.
Going through something, I have a girlfriend who has been married for like 30 years because her husband was best friends with the guy that was abusing her. And so he's like, oh, well, let me talk to you about your problems. And, let's get together. And they end up developing something. And they end up getting married. And the guy didn't speak to them because he actually worked for her husband now, worked for this guy that she lived with. And those kind of things happen. So as long as your partner doesn't feel insecure, you make them feel good about themselves and nothing going on the table, then it's okay. But, you have to make sure that your partner knows that there's nothing there. And the person that you're friends with, make sure that they know that there's nothing that could develop. We're just strictly friends.
Yeah, we have one interesting comment. We're at the end of the show, but I just thought this was kind of Kirk. He's a young male underwear model, and I think he's flirting with us because says I love older women. But I'm sorry, Kirk, there are no older women on screen right now.
Tell him to send his picture in.
Oh, fine. Go to Dr. Send a picture. We'll check you out.
I want to get a picture. Kirk, put your picture up.
This is definitely tempting conversations with Dr. Marissa and Elan Carter. So glad that you joined us this morning. I'm almost semi-speechless, and that rarely happens. But thank you so much. We're out of time. It's all about balance, peace, and peace out. World peace through inner peace. Thanks, Elan, for again tempting conversation with me. Now go have the best weekend ever. We'll see Monday.
Athletic Super Bowl weekend.
Yes, that's right. Go Philadelphia. You know what?